Okay, so what we did was first we created a CSV file. Okay, and we read some data which was already there with us. So the inbuilt empty cars, we used that using write.table. So we saw a new function today, write.table. Okay, then we also read the contents from the CSV file and stored it in one of the data frames, new.empty cars. Okay, using read.table again. Then we created a connection object. Okay, so this is my on line number 7. You can see this is the file object which I created, and because I wanted to write in a binary form, we open it in the WB mode, that is the writing in binary mode. Okay, and we gave a name to this file, and the extension was .dat. Then using column names, okay, what we did was we first wrote the column names in the binary file. Okay, we wrote the column names, and then we created another object. Okay, one more thing. Before we wrote the, after writing the contents, okay, we had written only 3 columns right now. If you want, you can write all the columns as well. Okay, and before reading it, we have to first close this file, which was in the write mode. So close the connection which we had created here. So close it here, and then read it again. So again, a new connection object got created. This time the mode was different. We had to read it, so it was RB. Okay, read mode, sorry. Then we read the columns first. So we read the 3 columns. Okay, n equal to 3, and this was characters. Then, okay, there's one thing. Please remember, even though we made some mistakes while doing this program. First thing was, when we wrote the content, when we wrote the content into the file, we wrote all the columns. Okay, we wrote all the columns, but we wrote only 3 values. Okay, so while reading the columns, okay, it is not going to read the right columns for me. So you can see the first 3 columns are getting read. So MPG, cylinder, and displacement. This first 3 columns got read. Okay, so logically speaking, this is not the right way of doing it. But if I want to read first, the steps you should remember: when we are writing, first write the columns, then write the values. Okay, while reading also, first read the columns, okay, and then read the values. While reading the values, okay, as I have given here, I have to convert this into integer. Okay, and I have to specify the number of you can say values which I want to read, which includes the this also, the column names also. Okay, so that gave me 18 here, and then we printed the values, and we got some uh, values which was not readable actually. But this statement from line number 24 onwards, we read specific values from a range, say from the 4th byte till the 8th one. We stored it in a variable called CYL data. Okay, and we combined it together, all these 3 together, by using cbind, and stored in the final data, that is my data frame. Okay, and we displayed the values. Okay, when even though the program is not giving me the right output, try what you can do is, instead of writing only 3 columns, try practicing putting all the columns and then reading it. Okay, it might work out. Okay, be careful with that. You can please give a try on all this. Okay, let us go ahead and do on file handling of especially for XML files. Your XML is a file format which usually shares both the file format and the data on the World Wide Web, that is www or intranet, and even elsewhere uh, across the internet, you can say. And they make use of the standard ESKIS text. And I'll show you how this file is created first. So let me go to this mm, R. in this my script. Okay, we do have a XML file here, XML document. Yeah, this one. So this one, I'll just open it up in text mode right now, Notepad. This is how your data is written. Okay, so if you look at the XML file, these are your tags here. So this whole thing, all from the first tag. Now this is the opening tag for all the records. Okay, so we have this records, and it is going to be terminated like this. Okay, so this is the end of my all my records. So a forward slash and records. Right, this one tag. Inside this, we have some records. So each record of my employee, you can see this one record here. This is my second record, and so on. Okay, and each of them is having, they are having some columns. So these are my columns. Okay, now when I have given the ID, I have given the value here. You can see this, between this is my value. So the opening tag for ID, this is my first column. Okay, the value which I want to store there, and this is the end of that particular column, the end tag, you can say, of that particular, you can say ID, in this case the column heading. Similarly for the name, so this is my name here, Rohit. I've ended with a forward slash and name. Okay, this is how your XML file looks like when you open it in the text form. This is all my data. So we have used the same records which we had last time. I have made some changes in the name and the values. Okay, you can also do that. So you just take a screenshot, and like this you can create some multiple records. Okay, once the first record is created, just copy it, paste it, and make the changes. Clear? So let us see how to access these type of file first of all. So let us come to the RStudio. I'll just close it because I don't want to keep it open. Close this, come back. Okay, so I'll go to a new file. Okay, now first of all, whenever you have to access XML file, we need to install this package called XML. Okay, if it is not installed. Okay, last time I showed you how to check it out, like it was in this one. Yeah, so this will tell me whether, like if I want to know whether it is there or not. Let us change this one now. I'll make this as XML and check whether it is there. So XML, it's capital. Let's just run this one, and it tells me true. Okay, it tells me true. That means this is already installed. So let us come back here. Okay, so I have to just include this. So if I want to include this, I'll be using library into bracket. I'll give the name of my package. Okay, so XML. Just include this. Okay, so it might be selected now. Okay, the other way is to go to this package list here, and you can tick it. Click on the checkbox, it will get selected. Okay, now let us also import one more package which I'll be requiring. So there's a package by the name methods which I'll need here. Just 1 minute. I think the battery is down. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, then I'll require one more package, as I said, which is methods. Okay, so there are some functions which I'll need to use and which are only available under the library. So I can give library into bracket, the round double quotes methods. Okay, please include this as well. Okay, so XML and methods package is getting loaded in my program. Now let us give the input file name to the function. So I'll be using, let us say, let us use result, okay, equal to there's a function called XML parse, PARSE, parse. Okay. Now XML parse, it will take some parameters. The first one is just your file name. Because I already have this file created, so I'll just give file equal to, and the name of my file was input, I think. Yeah, input.xml. Okay, all your XML file will have the extension .xml. Okay, let's run this one. Fine, so it has been created. So I have given the input file name to the function here. Now let us print the value of this result here. It is very easy. So I just give print into bracket result, whatever I got. Okay, this is my record. Fine. So when we run this one, we are getting the output like this. Now again, this should not be the output. It should read the file properly. Okay, because okay, today I am getting some unexpected outputs. There's some problem. Fine. It's what it should do is it should not give me these tags actually. I don't know why these tags are coming. Okay, so when it reads it, see this one, this tags should not come. I should get directly the values. Okay, I should get all the values. So I think either there's something which is missing out here. Okay. Fine, let us go through all the functions first and then we'll come back to this. If suppose I want to extract the node, okay, and there are two concepts, like the number of nodes, if I want to know how many nodes I have. Okay, so I can find out that. Plus I can also extract the root node. Okay, the root node can also be, so if I have to say root node, okay, equal to the XML root. Okay, and I can specify here my file, that was result. Okay, I hope this one also works now. So I can just run this one. Okay, and if I want to print this, I can do that. Plus I'll also write one more root size also. I'll write it here and then we'll display it. Let us say root size, okay, equal to. Now in this case, I'll because I want to find the size, then I need to specify the root node here and not the full file. Okay, so XML size is the function. S is capital, yeah, S is capital, XML size into bracket root node. So it is going to able to give me, so this run this again. Okay, and now I can just print it out. Print root size. Okay, now this is going to give me something 8. Okay, now the root size is 8. Let us see how it is coming. Okay, XML root node. Okay, so we have around 8 records total. Okay, this is my last record, and that's the reason. Let us add one record, additional record there. So I'll just go to this XML file again, make some changes, open with Notepad. I'll do one thing, I'll just copy this and go to the end. Let me add this here. Okay. So I'm adding one. Let us change the number to 9. See, Dan. Some values I'm going to keep it as it is. Just the name, I'm changing it. Let us save this. Close it up. And now we'll run this again. And now for that, I need to come back here I'll execute this. I need not print this one. Okay, and check the value, and I get 9 now. This is the ninth record which we just added. Okay, so reading from a file is not that difficult. Okay, I can also print if suppose I want to print only the employee names, or I want to print a particular node only, the first record. Let us say I want to execute and print the first record. So how do I do this? Let us check it out. I'll just reduce this one. Okay. Now to print, so I give print into bracket the root node, which we had created on top. Okay. And I can give say square bracket 1. Okay. Whether it is going to give me only the first record. Let us check it out. Okay. You can see this one. I'm getting only the first record. So see here, when I say print root node 1 from the employees table, I'm getting only one record. Okay, I'm getting only one record. My only doubt is why it is giving me the tags as well. Okay, that is the only issue. It should not have given me the tags, but I'll find out what the problem is. Okay, now you can also get different elements of a node. Okay, you can also get different elements of a node. Now for that, we can again, because we are using the same file and we have already extracted the root nodes from the Excel file and XML file and store it in root node here. Okay, let us try to print, get the first element of the first node. Okay, the first element of the first node. So if I want to print it, I can, like here, I printed the whole node. Okay, the first node. If I want to access the elements, okay, now in that case, I can give it like this. I give root node, okay, the first square bracket. Let us say I want to access the first node. So I'll give from the first node, I want the first element. The first parameter will be 1 here. Okay, like this. Fine. And I come out of this. Again, I give a square bracket. Right. Inside this, again, I give 1 like this. Okay. So from the first record of this root node, I want to access the first element. Okay. Clear? From the first record. So I have given the square, look at the number of square brackets I'm giving. Okay, because I want to go, one step inner. Okay, the first square brackets, inside that another square bracket to access the first record and so on. Let us run and check it out. Okay, now here you can see this, I'm getting only 1 because that is my first node. Now if similarly, if I, let us copy this, I'll copy this one and say print it once and twice. Okay, I'll just change. If let us say I want the fifth element, so I just change this one. Okay, so if I run this, okay, I am getting the fifth element, which is my department IT. Okay, what if I want to access the second element of the third node? So the third node will, I have to change this one 3, and this will become say 2. Okay, and I can run this one. Okay, so here you can see I'm getting the name. Mahesh is the name which I'm getting. Okay, which is my second element of the third node. Okay, third record you can call it. Okay, now let us convert this XML into a data frame, because I'm not very much satisfied with the way the data is getting displayed. So to handle the data efficiently, in especially when we have large files, we need to read the data in the XML file as a data frame, okay, and then process it. As you can see that even in this case, when we read it, okay, it is not satisfying the way it is getting displayed. Okay, so data frame would be better. So if I have to convert this, let us create one XML data frame. So XML data frame. Let me create this one. Okay, and to this is a data frame which I'm creating. To convert the Excel file into a data frame and store it as a data frame, I have to make use of XML2 data frame function. So this is my function here, XML2 data frame. Okay, and specify the name of the file which I want to read. So it's input.xml. Okay, I hope it'll work fine here. Let me run this because okay, and print it and print XML data frame. Fine, that is better. So here you can see now you got IDs. I've got the names properly. I've got the salary, the start date, and the department. No issues. Okay, in a proper table format. Fine. So even if you have a XML file, sorry, you know, try to store it as a data frame because that is more better readable and you can handle it properly. Okay, you can also it becomes very easy for you to handle the data there instead of displaying the data like this. This. But again, I am really not very much sure why it is getting the tags are getting displayed here because I don't want the tags to come. Okay, I want only the records to be displayed. I'll look into this because by default it should give me only the records. Okay, so that's all from my side today on file handling, especially of the binary form and the XML form. In fact, there were some issues in the binary form. So when we come back, I'll try to figure out what the problem, why it did not convert it into integers properly. So we'll come and check it out. You can give your attendance in the chat box if you have any questions. And I hope everyone has submitted the Tableau assignment. Okay, so today I'll go through all of them. Okay, and the marks will be conveyed in on your Google Classroom only. Okay. Anyone had any doubts or faced any problems? Of course, one more thing, please remember, whenever you are doing some assignment or especially a project, you tend to explore many things. You want to do many things. You might be having some ideas in your, okay, I would like to present the data in this form and that form. Okay. Now, that gives you, you can say, different ideas and you can explore into that particular software more. Okay, you might not have done a particular topic, might be I might have not taught you, but as I said, all your softwares, whether it is Tableau, R, or Python, okay, these are very vast programming languages. Okay, so you need to explore it. You need to try to find out different ways of doing it. Okay, and Google is the best way you can search for things and try to find out. Okay, so okay, Pawan is going to give me the assignment today. Fine, no problem, Pawan. Please do it because it is, see, it is not that, okay, you're going to just translate what you have learned. Okay, you might get to learn multiple things, many things, and you might try to find out how to do that. So that is the best way of learning. Let me tell you. Clear? So that's all for today. See you for the Tableau today. In Tableau, I'll be doing only some few things. I'll show you, especially I'll show you how to create sets and how to create a group. Plus, we'll also see one chart type, which the bullet type, which we are going to see. So I'll show you that as well today. Okay, that's all from my end. Thank you guys for joining.